Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to rank the Team Builder sets, the new 94 overall cards, because I'm getting a ton of questions and comments on Twitch and on YouTube, and even in my Discord about who to go after and what ones are the best ones to select. I'm not going to lie, there is an argument for 5 of the 6 that you could go after, and it is really going to be team dependent, but I want to make sure that you guys make the best decision possible because these are extremely expensive cards, and if you have multiple 90s already, I don't want you guys to make the wrong decision just depending on your team. So we're going to go through all 6 of these cards, and I'm going to give you guys the problems and things that I'm running into as well. So we're going to break down the cost, what you should go after, all of it. Guys, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like as it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. All right, guys, let's get into the ranking of these 6 new Team Builder cards. All right, guys, so yeah, EA last week released the new Team Builder sets, and again, now you can go out and get the 94 overall cards, and again, I made a video going over all of this in a prior video, but as you can see, 290 overall team builders. It doesn't matter what conference they're from. You can turn them into either the Western Conference ones where you get GABORIK, Weber, or KLEFBOM, and then the other side as well. It doesn't really matter which ones you have. You just need one of the 90s. The East will give you ZETTERBERG, RECCHI, or GONCHAR. So let's go through and just talk about cost first, because I think that is really important when you're lining up which card you're going to select. Right now, just the average cost of these cards have shot up. You can get some of the 74 to 79 overall cards that are required, where it says any, essentially. Those are pretty cheap right now still. You can get those for a little over 1,000, sometimes a little bit under, but the 80 and aboves, those are going for 2,000 at least. So on average, you're spending about, anywhere between 15 to 2,000 coins, and at the high end, like 20,000, or sorry, if you had 2,000 and you need about 20 cards for each one, that's about 320,000 coins in value just to make one of these guys, one of the 90s, okay? And you're going to need 2 of them to get these 94, so that's 640k in value. Now, if you have lots of untradables, that's going to drastically remove the price. As you can see here, I'm pretty close on a lot of them because I just saved some tradables and I hadn't sold all of my 80s and the lower cards yet, so I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. So I wanted to make sure that first you guys understand the cost. You're looking at about 600,000 if you do not have any made to make one of the 94s. So now let's go ahead and start ranking these 94 overall cards. We will start first with the 94 overall Mark Recchi. This one is pretty easily the worst of the 6, and it is not because he's a bad card at all. Like, I need to make sure you guys understand, again, when I'm comparing them, I will say negative things about them. These are all among some of the best cards in the game, but clearly if you were ranking the 6, this one is the worst because he is 5'10". He does have 94 speed, which is nice, as well as 92 acceleration, but he can't have both. Booming shot, I really do like as a synergy. His shot is good, his hand stats are great, body checking's 90, but he is only 5'10". You could play him at center as well as wing, but there's, just not really a huge advantage to playing someone 5'10" at center, so you're playing him on the wing. This is just obviously the last among the other options because the other options are bigger and have basically the same attributes. So that being said, Mark Recchi would be number 6, and it's kind of a far gap between 6 and 5. But if he is one of your favorite players, you're a big Flyers fan or Mark Recchi fan, please make this card if he's one of your favorites. All right, this is going to be the start of where everything is all, subjective and very close. It's very hard to separate these guys, so I want to explain each one. I have KLEFBOM at 5, and here is why. He's 6'4", which is incredible. He's got distributed, he's got bombarded. Here is the thing, guys. He's left-handed, all right? There's not a lot of elite, there's not many left-handed defensemen right now that are, unbelievable, okay? And Hedman still needs a lot of upgrades to become one of those cards as well. That being said, we just got the 93 Bowmeister that you can go out and buy for about at the high end, 500,000 coins, and that would be tradable. This is going to cost you 640,000 coins in value, and there's already a card that's basically better or just about the same. That is why I think that, another card in this set as well is better than him. And then you've got Byram as, another card that's very close in value. So that's why. He is an unbelievable defenseman. The only thing is the 91 acceleration, that's going to be passed before these cards are upgraded to the 98s or 99s or whatever they go to. So just keep that in mind. I think this is an amazing left-handed defenseman card. It's just there are better options, and again, if you really want to spend a lot of coins, you can go and get the 93 Bowmeister and then trade in 2 of your 90s for something else that you need help elsewhere. All right, now I've flipped back and forth, and again, it's very hard to rank these guys. This MARIAN GABORIK is endgame. Like, there's no way else to say it. He's 6'1", which is good size. 94 speed, 95 acceleration with spark, and he does have booming shot and applesauce. So basically everything is 99, except his defensive awareness. His defensive awareness is so low at 81 that's the kind of tiebreaker. So guys, for anyone that doesn't know, defensive awareness is the stat that indicates how well your player intercepts passes. And because passing is so high, and it's, it kind of went back to the NHL 21 method where it's very difficult to intercept passes in some instances, it is the tiebreaker. I don't think it matters the lead. The thing is that among wingers, defensive awareness is the least among all of the positions. It's the one that's least important. That being said, he's unbelievable in terms of skating and shot. Like, he is essentially like the Evo Duchesne right now, and you could leave him in your lineup for the rest of the game, and even if you had full team of the years and 99 X factors, he could be in your bottom 6 if you had a God squad. But this could be a card that'd be in your lineup, like I said, the whole game, and right now he gives you an advantage because he is so good in terms of shooting and skating. The only other thing is that you're probably not going to be able to use him at center. You could with 76 faceoffs. I just think there's better options. Not to mention, you don't want to play someone with 81 defensive awareness at center. So this is a pure left-handed winger. The reason why I have him at number 4 is just because of the lineup ability, and he really is just a winger. All right, coming in at number 3 is Shea Weber, and if you've been in my stream the last couple days, I've been in battles with my man HK, one of the best players in the world, about this Shea Weber card, and here's the conversation that we need to have. Almost everyone who can make one of these has Adam Foote. And the reason why, if you have Adam Foote, this changes the conversation, in my opinion, because if you have to trade in Adam Foote and somebody else, let's say you have Adam Foote and Danfus, or Adam Foote and Pekka or Kessler, I don't think that the advantage from going from Shea Weber to Adam Foote is big enough to justify the huge cost it is to make these. Like, even if you have 2 already and you don't have to buy 2, so you don't have to invest any more coins, that's still like 600,000 coins in value, whether you have to spend them again or not. So you have to think that through, guys, because Adam Foote plays way above what his stats indicate. He is still one of the best defensemen in the game. He feels faster, he feels bigger, his shutdown ability is a lockdown thing, and his shot is really good. Shea Weber is 2 inches bigger, he's got distributor, and you can put spark on him, so he's got 90 acceleration, 91 speed. That's basically Adam Foote. His shot isn't much better, his hand stats are around the same except for his offensive awareness, but on defensemen, that isn't necessarily needed. Body checking's great, defensive awareness is great. The one thing I do love about Shea Weber is if you put shutdown, bouncer, and truculence on him, like, it's an arcade. Like, this would be one of the most fun cards to use, so I'm not disparaging the fact that Shea Weber isn't better than Foote. He is still better than Foote. I just don't think the gap between Foote to Weber is really worth it. So if you can do, let's say you made all 4 and you want to have Shea Weber and Foote, I think that's the perfect world, but I think a lot of people aren't in the position to do that. I'm really trying to, because Adam Foote, as you guys know, he's the captain of my Hut team. He's one of my favorite cards I've used, and I want to just kind of push that down the road as long as I can. I might make Weber and keep Foote. I don't know. We'll have to see, but this is still one of the best right-handed defensemen in the game. You also have to remember, though, guys, Jones, Hamilton, Makar, those guys are all coming and getting higher cards as well. So he isn't going to be as dominant compared to those ones, in the next couple weeks or about month or so. So keep that in mind. But still, at face value, this is an unbelievable card. Number 2 is HENRIK ZETTERBERG. I have flip-flopped on this card. Again, I mentioned in my preview video of the new sets that he is kind of the safest one. I flip back and forth, but when you look at the center landscape and just the cards that are among the best for centers right now, I think ZETTERBERG now becomes like the best one, and because of that and the lineup flexibility, you could play him on the wing, you could play him on center. I think that just kind of pushes him above, and again, you could just have him in your lineup for so long. So he's got distributor or spark. You could go either way. 94 speed or 94 acceleration. I would go speed probably. Also has gladiator, which brings his body checking up a little bit as well. Balance at 98, does have tape to tape, which I like a lot. And with that agility, I'm actually starting to like elite edges a little bit more. I've got a video coming out where I think I finally figured out some of that advanced meta that I've been really struggling with in NHL 22. I'll have a video that'll help you out with that. but everything is basically maxed outside of his speed. So let's say you get speed to 94, acceleration 92, agility's 97, shots 99, hand stats are basically 99, defensively he's 99. Like, this is one of, if not the best card in the game among forwards outside of like Mario Lemieux, really, or, you know, let's say X Factor Connor McDavid. But after that, like, this is it. And, you know, like I said, he's kind of bland in that, you know, it doesn't have that insane skating that GABORIK does. But again, the flexibility that he has in your lineup is just so good. And that is why he is number 2 on my list. And then coming in at number 1 is Sergei Gonchar. And honestly, I think this is a pretty easy one. Like, among forwards, let's say ZETTERBERG, an example, there's going to be a lot of cards that have those kind of stats and that will make the separation much less. Right now, Gonchar is easily the best left-handed defenseman, 93 speed, 95 acceleration. His shot is above 95, hand stats all in the high 90s. You get his body checking up with booming shot and spark. He's got 92 on that. Defensive awareness, stick checking are both great. This is an endgame card. You wouldn't even have to need to trade him in again. This is a great, great defenseman card. He's got quick pick. That's the only downfall, is that he doesn't have amazing abilities, but he's been one of my favorite cards to use. I've played 9 games, and I only have 2 assists with him on -2, but I've been doing exhibition games to try and test him out a little bit. And the Hut Champs games I've played with him, I notice him again, and that's something that's kind of tough with a team like mine because all of my cards are so good that I just don't really notice it. Anyone that's around that range. This is by far one of the most fun cards to use right now, and you would not regret it at all. This is an easy one for me. I think that, you know, he's got the speed of Bowen Byram, but he's an inch taller, and he's got higher acceleration. He's better than the Bowmeister right now already. So if you are making one of these, I would go with Sergei Gonchar. It'd be very simple, and you've got a card that you can last for months and not have to worry about on the back end. So guys, those are my takes and rankings on the Team Builder set. Let me know if you've used any of the cards and maybe, you know, your takes on how they've felt early on, if you like them, if you don't like them. I'm very curious, guys. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.